Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be looking into agent memory. This will be one of the most critical topics that you will be encountering when you are building and deploying AI agents because your agents are only as smart as the memory that they use. So if your agent cannot remember like the previous conversations or some semantic facts or user preferences, your agent will not look smart. That is, you will just feel like you're using like a dummy chatbot which is able to come up with some response, but that response doesn't feel personalized or specifically tailored to you. This is why the most well-known chatbots, that is ChatGPT, Anthropic, everything, they all have their own large language models, but they have like an agent running which in the form of this chatbot which has all this memory integrated, which stores the user preferences, semantic facts, everything, that is able to give you like a tailored response so that you feel more interactive when you're talking to these agents. So yeah, let's go and look into how this memory is usually managed in AI agents. So yeah, currently we are looking into the LangChain docs, which is basically LangGraph. So you can make use of memory of any framework you're using. So every framework has their own version of their memory, but few things remain constant. So what do I mean by that? So there are like two main concepts. One is short-term memory and one is long-term memory. So these two concepts are sort of retained in every framework that you use. So what is short-term memory? So short-term memory is memory per session. So basically, when you go to ChatGPT and open a chat, and whatever you chat, the memory specific to that specific chat is short-term memory. That it is specific to that specific session. So everything you chat in that specific session is short-term memory. Long-term memory mainly means there are like multiple types in that. One is to remember user preferences. Like suppose I tell like I like red color, so you can store that fact in the memory so that whenever the agent is coming up with response, it can use that information. Or it can be some set of instructions. It's like telling whenever you answer a specific question, answer in this step by step bulleted format. You can store that instruction as a long term memory. So there are different types of long term memory. I'll be explaining that in detail when I go through the talk. But in a high level, short term memory is very specific to that particular session, and long term is basically like remembering the semantic facts or user preferences, which is more of a long term per user level. And short term memory is per session level. These are like two main important concepts that you will have to know when you are building AI agents. So yeah, pretty much that. And again, like different frameworks handle these memories in different way. So for LangGraph specific, they have like this thread based concept where each session is going through as a thread. So they just store whatever conversation happened in the thread as their short term memory. So that is basically giving them per session type of storage. And for long term memory, they're using something called stores, which I will talk about later in this video. Mm, I think short-term memory is pretty simple. It's just per session. Long-term memory has like different types, so let's talk about that. So when we talk about long-term memory, there are different types of memory. So the three main types of long-term memory are semantic memory, episodic memory, and procedural memory. So what is semantic memory, right? As I mentioned, in semantic memory, we will be storing facts. So what can that be? So from a human point of view, it can be something like things I learned in the school. So basically, like all the knowledge, like algebra or the history, whatever you learned in your school, that could be some of the facts. Or it could be like facts about the user from more agent perspective. So user likes red color, user likes to go to Switzerland for vacation, or user lives in Bangalore. All these facts you can store as part of semantic memory. And then there is episodic memory. Episodic memory are experiences. So basically, things I did, or from agent point of view, it is agent's past actions. So basically whenever, let's say, there was a question, like 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, but user always prefers you to like give like a explanation of why 2 plus 2 is 4 with some markdown format, giving all the explanation. This is just a simple example, but this can be anything. So that is an experience that you learned. So whenever you gave a particular answer, user prefers the answer to be in some other format, and that you can store it as an experience in episodic memory. Procedural memory are nothing but instructions. So basically, instructions, like as I said, when you are coming up with a response, follow these particular instructions while coming up with a response. These are all instructions, and you can store it as part of your system prompt in agent. So this comes under procedural memory. So that's pretty much it. In long term, we have like different memory types: semantic, episodic, procedural. And short term is pretty simple. It is just like per session level memory. Or when you are talking about LangGraph specifically, you can think thread level memory. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. And we will stay tuned to learn more about AI specific concepts. And please like and subscribe.